This is exercise 2.4, chapter 2 functions, R.D. Sharma solutions. This is question number 9. So we have here the function f, which is r plus 2 phi to infinity. And this is given by fx equals 9x square plus 6x minus 5. So here we have to show that f is invertible for what? F from r plus to, actually it is greater than infinity, negative 5. Negative 5 to infinity it is. So this is the function actually which we have to deal with. So first of all we have to prove that it is invertible, and then f inverse x will be this value. So first we have to make it invertible, so we have to show it as bijective. So first we'll show it as 1 to 1. So fx equals fy, and if it is fx equals fy, we get x equals y. Then we can say that this is 1 to 1 or injective. So let us take this 9x square plus 6x minus 5. This is fx. And what is fy? 9y square plus 6y minus 5. Cancel 5 from both the sides. Now you can take this 9y square on one side with a 9x square and 6x with 6y. Okay, 9x square minus 9y square equals, or you can add here also, plus 6x minus 6y. So take everything on the left hand side. This is better. Now take 9 outside, x square minus y square will be inside, plus 6x minus y equals 0. 9. This x square minus y square, a square minus b square can be written as a minus b plus b. And then we have x minus y here. Now you can take outside x minus y because it is common. You can also take the value of 2 because 9 and 6, they both are multiple of 3. But we won't be needing it because 9x plus 9y plus 6, eventually this is equal to 3x plus 3y plus 2 if you divide both sides by 3. But it is already 6, so x and y, because the range is already given r plus, and since we don't get a 0 value from here, anything what you get, you will always get more than 6, whatever value you put. So what we get eventually, that x minus y should be equal to 0. So that is x is equal to y. So when we started with fx equal fy, we got x equals y, which is the 1 to 1. Now 1 1 is done. Now let us check for the surjectivity. What is surjectivity? That is onto. For onto, we have to just do fx equals y. That is, any legal value of x should be there for every value of y. So put fx, and we just have to write x in terms of y. So 9x square plus 6x, take this 5 on right hand side, y plus 5 it will be. Now just add 1 on both the sides. Why we are adding 1? Because we are trying to make it as a perfect square. So this will be 3x plus 1 whole square, because 9x square plus 1 plus 3 to the 6, 6x it will be. So this is actually equal to 3x plus 1 whole square. So y plus 6. Now take the square root on both the sides. 3x plus 1 equals plus minus under root 1 y plus 6, because r plus is there, so we'll use only the positive one. So it will be under root of y plus 6. And 1 take it here. So this is 3x equals under root y plus 6 minus 1. And x will be equal to under root y plus 6 minus 1 divided by 3. This will be. So this is onto also. So 1 1 also, onto also, that is, it is both of these. So it will be bijective. And since it is bijective, then we can say that it is invertible. In onto, we are just checking that x has to be legal value for every y. Okay. Same thing we have to do for the inversion also. Same computation will be there. So let me just clear it. So we proved it as 1 1, and onto, it is bijective. So that is, that function is always written as y equals fx. So what will be the inverse? Just change the place of y and x. X will be equal to fy. So this is what you have to use in order to find out the inverse. But in order to finally write that what is the inverse, So x is actually 9y square plus 6y minus 5. Same thing what we have done to prove it onto. So x plus 5 I am taking on the left hand side. 9y square plus 6y, and this is plus 1. Adding 1 on both the sides because we want to make it as a perfect square, as I indicated you while we were proving it to be onto. So x plus 6, same thing is going to come. So y will be equal to under root of x plus 6 minus 1, and this is divided by 3. So finally, what you have to write? If you take from here, f inverse x is y. In place of y, you have to write f inverse x. So this is your final output, final inverse. Now this is if R to R. This is question number 10. So f inverse we have to find out, and f inverse with certain value also we have to find out. F inverse 25 and f inverse 5. So f is R to R, so real number we have, and function is x cube minus 3. So 1 1 on 2 we'll prove it first. So how to prove it as 1 1? Fx equals fy we assume, and we try to prove it that if it is true then x should be equal to y. Fx is x cube minus 3. So just put it here, x cube minus 3. In place of fy you will put fy cube minus 3. So add both the sides with plus 3. 3 gets cancelled, x cube equals y cube. So as I told you in the theory also, x cube equals y cube will be always x equals y. Okay, for the real number. Now this is the 1 1 we have proved. Now coming to onto. Onto, that is fy equals fx equal y. That is every value of the second set has a pre-image. Codomain has always have a pre-image in your first set, and codomain and range are same. So x cube minus 3 I am using. Same thing, when we will try to find out f inverse, same computation will be done. So just understand it very carefully. X cube minus 3 equals y. X cube equals y plus 3. X will be equal to third root of y plus 3. Now if you take the real number, this is valid. Onto also. So this is 1 1, and onto every value of the second set will have a pre-image in the first one. So 1 1 onto is done. Now this is bijective. Invertible, that is y equals fx was the initial function. When we take inverse, it is x equals fy, that is f inverse x equals y. So x equals fy will start, and then finally put y equal f inverse x. X equals fy. Fy is what? This is y cube minus 3. Same thing we are going to do. So I am just directly writing it. Same thing we have to do as we did in onto. So this will be y equals third root of x plus 3. Same thing I am writing, right? Just changing x and y places. And now y is what? Y is f inverse x. So f inverse x is third root of x plus 3. So now we have to find out the values. So f inverse 25 we have to find out. So just put 24. 24 plus 3 is 27. 27 is simply 3 into 3 into 3. 3 to the power 1 by 3. So this is 3 to the power 1 by 3. That is, you get 3. And what is 5? When you put 5, it will be 5 plus 3. That is going to be 8. Third root of 8, that is third root of 2 cube, is going to be 2. So 1 is 3 and 1 is 2. Now question number 11 here. A function f r to r is defined as fx equals x cube plus 3, x cube plus 4. Is it a bijection or not? In case it is a bijection, find f inverse 3. So as we have done a question like this just now, so I'll just show it to you here only. So x cube plus 4 is our function. So we'll prove it to be bijective. In order to show it bijective, we'll show the 1 1 and then onto. So we'll start with injectivity of f. Fx equals fy. We'll prove it as x equals y. So x cube plus 4 and y cube plus 4. Add negative 4 both the sides. And as I told you earlier also, x cube equals y cube is x equals y. This is 1 to 1. Now coming to surjectivity. Surjectivity means what? Fx equals y. So x cube plus 4 equals y. So because we want every value of the second set has to have a pre-image in the first one. So x cube plus 4 equals y. So 4 just take on the right hand side, x cube equals y minus 4. Now you take the third root. So this is third root of y minus 4. And this is valid in the R. So it is onto also, it is bijective. So f inverse x, as I told you, it will be exactly same as the previous onto description. The same thing we have to do. So f inverse x equals y, x equal fy, same thing as onto. So even if you change the place of what we proved in onto, the answer will be same. So finally y equals third root of x minus 4. This will come. F inverse x. Now what is third 3 value when we put it here? F inverse 3. So just put it here. 3 minus 4. Now third root of 3 minus 4. Let me tell you about this. Third root of 3 minus 4. X is 3. F inverse 3 we have to find out. So this is 3 minus 4. Third root of 3 minus 4. This is negative 1. So negative 1 to the power 1 by 3. So negative 1 to the power 1 by 3. This will come as negative 1. Because negative 1 into negative 1 into negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 cube is negative 1. And when negative 1 cube is negative 1, that is, you get third root of negative 1 is also negative 1. So this is your third root of. Basically f inverse 3 is negative 1. The next question is, if f, this is question number 12. So this is question number 12. So you may find in some other edition some other number of question. So f is from q to q, g is from q to q. These are two functions defined by fx equals 2x and gx equals x plus 2. Now first we will prove that these two functions are bijective. So 1, 1 and onto both we are going to prove. Then we'll go to the second step, because we have to verify Goff inverse is equal to f inverse operation g inverse. So injectivity, first let us check injectivity. Fx equals 2x. Now fx equals to fy, we assume it to be true. Then if we assume it to be true, x should be equal to y. And then when it is x equals y, then we can easily say it is 1 to 1. So this is fx. 2x equals 2y, fx equals fy. So divide both sides by 2, you get x equals y, that is, it is injective 1 to 1. Second, we are proving it to be onto, 2x to be onto. Surjectivity we want to prove. So fx equals y, so that is, if we are this mapping, every value of codomain or range should have a pre-image in the first set. Fx equals y. So just put 2x equals y here. So x you get as y by 2. And for this domain which is q, which is a fraction or rational number, this is defined. This is valid. This is defined. So that means this is surjective also. So 1, 1 and onto both are proved. So this is bijective. So there will be inverse of this. What will be the inverse? How to find out the inverse? You know how you compute. We know always that this y equals fx, and when we take the inverse, we take x equals fy. Fx is 2x equals y. So inverse, we just change x and y value. So y equals fx will be changed to x equals fy. So f inverse x becomes y. So finally when we get y, wherever we get y, we'll put it as f inverse x in x equals fy. So x equals fy, this is what you have to use in order to find out the inverse. Please remember. So fx is 2x, fy will be what? 2y. So put it here 2y. And we have to find out y here. Y equals x by 2. Y is what? F inverse x. So put it here. F inverse x is equal to x by 2. So f inverse x you got. Now we are going to use it. So please keep this in back of your mind. This is the first one. Now I'm just clearing it. Now we'll do the same steps and procedure for gx also. We'll prove it to be bijective. For that we have to prove that it is injective also and surjective also. So first is, we are checking the injectivity. So fx equals fy. We assume it to be true. We will try to prove it that x equals y. So x plus 2 and fy is y plus 2. So x equals y. This is what we wanted also. Injectivity. Now coming to on 2. Surjectivity. Fx equals y. That is, every y should have a pre-image in the x set. So we have fx is x plus 2. Please remember, this all is g because we are dealing with gx now. I'm just writing fx because we know fx, we have been doing it. But this all is gx. Remember? So fx, I'm writing it as gx. Gx is x plus 2. X plus 2 equals y. X can be written as 2 minus y. So you take any value. For any value of y in this set q, this y is valid. It is a legal value. It is a legal value. So now we can easily say for q, this is a surjective function because every value has a pre-image. Injective, surjective, so it is bijective. When it is bijective, that means the f inverse will be there, or g inverse rather. G inverse will be there. So if you remember, y equals fx, y equals gx we are writing. So basically what we are doing, x equals gy we have to find out. So finally whenever we find y, we'll replace it with g inverse x. So we'll start with x equals gy. Please remember, we'll have to start with this. X equals gy. So x equals gy. Gy is your y plus 2. This is gx was x plus 2. So gy will be y plus 2. Okay, y plus 2. Now y will be equal to x minus 2. So y is what? G inverse x. Just put g inverse x here, x minus 2. So please remember this also, because this also we are going to use. F inverse and g inverse we have already found, we are going to use it. Okay, now let us come to the second part. Because Goff inverse x, we have to prove it as equal to, or we have to verify for F inverse operation G inverse. So F inverse x we have already found out, G inverse x we have already found out. So how to do this? See the way. There is a different way I'm going to show it. So F inverse operation G inverse we are taking. F inverse operation G inverse. Don't worry about G inverse or they are just functions. So they will be dealt in the same way. The F operation, now G inverse x we have to find out. What is G inverse x? It is x minus 2. So put it here, x minus 2, we already done that. Now what is F inverse x? Minus 2. So x minus 2, because F inverse x is x by 2, so we'll replace x minus 2 in place of x in x by 2. In place of x by 2, we'll replace this x minus 2. So F inverse x will be x minus 2 by 2. So F inverse, basically F inverse operation G inverse x we have found out. So we started with this and finally we found x minus 2 by 2. So F inverse operation G inverse x is finally equal to x minus 2 by 2. I hope you got this idea. Now we are interested in Goff inverse. In order to Goff inverse, we want to find Goff first. Goff inverse we have to find out. So in order to find out Goff inverse, let us do the Goff first. GOF. So GOF. G of fx. Because Goff inverse x equals y we have to find out eventually. So Goff y equals x. This is basically inverse is what? This one. So Goff fx first let us find out. This is g of fx. Fx is what? 2x. Put it here. G of 2x. And put it here. We get final s. This is x. So 2x plus 2. This is Goff x. So what is Goff y? Goff y we have to do. Because x has to be replaced by y for inverse. That will be Goff y. So this is x equals y, 2y plus 2, because Goff y is 2y plus 2 and Goff y is nothing but your x only. So x equals 2y plus 2, 2y equals x minus 2, y equals x minus 2 by 2. Y was essentially Goff inverse only. So you get x minus 2 by 2. Now you see this one and the previous one. These both have come same. X minus 2 by 2, x minus 2 by 2. Okay. This one and this one. They both became same. That is, we have proven this. Okay. Okay, this 13th and 14th question are almost similar, but we'll do this one. This is the 13th question. So this various addition will have various numbering to this question. So in my addition is 13. You may get it in some other number in your book. So f is from r to minus 1 to 1. This is your function. And this is already given as invertible. You will see in various solutions that they have proved it to be invertible. That is 1, 1 and 1, 2. You don't have to do it. Why? Because it is already given that it is invertible. So we just have to find f inverse. Just f inverse we have to find out. Okay. If it would have been proved it to be invertible, then injective, surjective, bijective, all you have to be doing. So y equals fx. This always we start. For inverse, we change the position of x and y. That is x equals fy. Now we'll use this function only. And whenever y will come, we'll replace it with f inverse x, because this has come from here only. F inverse x equals y. So we start with x equals fy, and then finally put y equals f inverse x. So x equals fy, x equals fy. Now in order to put fy, we have to replace every x with y in the expression. So 10 to the power y minus 10 to the power minus y by 10 to the power y plus 10 to the power minus y. So just take 10 to the power negative y outside. 10 to the power minus y, so this becomes 10 to the power 2y minus 1. And this becomes 10 to the power minus y outside, so you get 10 to the power 2y plus 1. Okay, this is equal to x. Now 10 to the power minus y, 10 to the power minus y cancels out. So you can just multiply x with 10 to the power 2y plus 1. This gets cancelled. So 10 to the power 2y plus 1 into x equals 10 to the power 2y minus 1. Now just multiply inside. Let us see what we get. We have to find out y, okay? Essentially we have to have y on one side. So 10 to this I'm multiplying. Now I'm taking this on one side. This means y terms on one side, x term on one side. So you get x plus 1 equals 10 to the power 2y minus x 10 to the power 2y. Take 10 to the power 2y outside. 1 minus x. So this is 10 to the power 2y equals x plus 1 by 1 minus x, or 1 plus x by 1 minus x you can write. Now take the log now. And log I am taking as base 10. When we take base and this number becomes same, so radix, exponent, base, all these numerical entities are there. So this gets cancelled out. To be final, log 10 of 10 2y will be 2y. 2y equals log 1 plus x by 1 minus x. So y will be essentially equal to, I'm writing it here, half log 1 plus x by 1 minus x. So this is, as I told you, y was that what? F inverse x. This is f inverse x, and this becomes log half log 2 was there, 1 plus x by 1 minus x. This is your final value. Okay, this is all about this part. We'll take one more part. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.